stuff and things. Hi guys, you're gonna have to give me a couple minutes to organize myself. Hi, Barefoot Taurus. I need to block someone real quick. Because I've had enough of the trolls. Hi, Lee. Welcome. Okay. Now. Oh, shoot. Hi, Michelle. Give me just a second, guys. I just have to hide user from this channel. Bye-bye. Okay. Hi. Let me get on to what we're doing here. And I need a sip. I had to block someone for the first time today. It takes a lot for me to block a troll. I usually kind of try to talk to him a little bit, and I did that this time. And today was just kind of like, okay, I'm done now. I was nice. I did the best I could to say, thanks, but no thanks. And today I gave up. All right, who do we got? So we have Barefoot Taurus, Lee, Michelle, John. Hi. Jezebel is here. Kendra's Journey is here. Ben. Hey, Ben. Xerxes. Woo. Cute. Happy holidays. Love it. Nicole and Brad. Can't say. Just wanted to say hi, Mama Squirrel. Aw. Have a good night at work, honey. Steven. Thank you, my dear. Hello. To start off with, look at Steven. Kay. Hi. And Jackie's here. Well, I'm going to miss you, Brad. I have no patience for trolls. I block away. I know. I really, like I always say, hi, Family Wizard, that I really do love my trolls. To me, it's an honor. It means that I'm a threat to them. And so usually I just try to say, look, I respect your right to believe something different. That's fine. I'm just saying I don't believe what you believe. And if they leave it alone, then I'm fine. I don't usually block them. But this particular troll, this has been 3 days now and has gone on a bunch of videos to like message bullshit. So it's like, okay, now I'm done. Okay, Hexen. Hi, Hexen. And Nicole, I don't know if I said hello to you. And Steven. Hello. Hi, Johnny. Artsy is here. Hi. Willow, I want to meet you in the fam one day. Heck yeah. Xerxes, you should come up for Tarot Stock. There's going to be a lot of us together. I think it'd be really fun. Who else? Kay, I said hello. Perfect. Okay. So, how is everyone tonight? It has been one of those days today. I just am like, I'm glad to be on with you guys because I've had enough of the rest of the world. I was at the main office today, which always means it's really super busy. And I don't ever talk about my patients really, but I just had some patients today. It's just like no one was easy. Everyone was very sensitive to compression, which makes our job harder because we have to try to get you in there and get everything we need on there and, try to not compress as much as we can. And people just were, and then I had another woman stand up and come back to the dressing room and change and all that stuff. And it turned out she wasn't the patient I called. And I get her into my room and I've set everything up and I said, okay, spell your last name because HIPAA says we have to have 2 identifiers. And she started spelling. I said, this is not you. This is you. She, oh no, this not me. I said, well, this is who I called and you stood up. Oh no. Okay, so lead her back, try to figure out where she's supposed to be, get my real patient, change her. It just was one of those days that just all kinds of weird stuff happened. And then I was the 5 o'clock tech, which means then I had 5 o'clock traffic to deal with all the way home. But the good part is 2 things. One is I got home and my wonderful husband had set up one of the trees. We usually have 3 or 4 trees. He had set up the tree in the living room. He had put some lights up. He had cleaned the whole downstairs and started putting stuff up. I get on the Facebook wall, and many of you have been showing me pictures of your altars, which was great. Which really, it's funny. I don't know. I don't see Dave in here yet. Hi, Rachel and Veronica. Hi. I don't see Dave in here yet, but yesterday I got a reading from Dave, and my question was, how do I get myself motivated? What is going to motivate me to get my ass up and do my Yule altar? Because I still have my Samhain altar up. And he said it'll be other people. And that's exactly what happened. My husband started stuff downstairs. You guys showed pictures of your Yule altars. So I broke everything down downstairs. Hi, Kitty. Welcome. And I started my Yule altar. Now I'm not done. I got a lot to do. But at least now that I started it, now I can kind of mix things up. And so it was good. So Dave was right. And I just want to tell him how right he was. Hi, Angela. How right he was. I can't wait to say, Dave, your reading was right on. It was really good. I love the Anya Yule log. Yes, yes, yes. Screensavers. I know, right? Love it, love it, love it. All right. So, and I did get a couple stories prepared. So I think I'm probably not going to do the Yule stories live because they're such pretty stories and stuff. And I'm such a squirrel. Dave was on point in his readings yesterday. He was really on point. That I'll get distracted and then I'll have to try to figure out where I was. And so I'll just upload them. But that's okay. But tonight, I figured, let's do tarot. She did say that she needed her husband to get her into gear. Yep, absolutely. I know it. And he did. He was so good. Tonight I came home and I was like, yay. So, Jen, I found my sewing kit. I had a strong feeling to make something for your cards. Oh, yes, absolutely, Rachel. That's wonderful. That is so cool. I used to sew when I was like in high school, and I can't remember for the life of me how to just string the damn sewing machine. I've bought in my adult life now probably 3 sewing machines. And then what I need to do is go back to a beginner's class or something because they sit there because I'm like, I can't remember how to do this. And so Jen, I got to do that one. The book of the tree and moss was just present. Wasn't that gorgeous? It was such a beautiful Travis. Oh, thank you. Now I won't have to call you Xerxes the whole time, even though I really like that name though. It's really cool. That book, yes, the tree and moss book was so cute. Just so cute. I loved that one. And I have quite a few coming from Kickstarter, like that are just, I love getting my children's books from there. For one thing, I get a discount usually because like that one, I can't remember how much I paid for it now, but I know it was less than what they're selling it on Amazon for. And I ended up getting, stickers and pins and stuff with it too. It was great. Pen Squirrel in the chat. Woohoo! Pen Squirrel is there. Yay. Travis. All right. I got to keep calling you Travis and then it'll stick in my brain here. Preparing sewing machine feels like handling huge machinery. I know, right? Might not be in chat much. Hi, little Dandelion. I couldn't decide if I wanted to watch you live or play games. So now I'm doing both. That's okay, little Dandelion. No problem. I get it. I haven't played my video games in a while. But when I do, I get into kind of a spurt where I do a lot of hours of it for a couple weeks, and then I'm done for a while. But I play Dragon Age, and I play Fable, and I like my RPGs a lot. Mass Effect. I play Mass Effect. A couple of them. Okay. Hey, Jen. Hey, all listening while I do housework. Perfect. All right. Back to Walmart I go. Catch you later. Okay, Artsy. Thanks for stopping in, honey. RPGs are the bomb. Absolutely. I love my RPGs because I'm going to knit while watching. Awesome. I wish I could knit. Because I like the storyline part of it. My kids all laugh at me because I'm good at the shooting and everything too, but they can play shooter games that don't have hardly any story and they love it. And I'm like, I'm bored. I want a story. I spend all my time collecting herbs usually and talking to people. And they're like, this is all you're at. It takes me forever to get through a game because I have to talk to every single person. All right. I do have a small question as well. I have a necklace with the pentacle on it and below is amethyst. The crystal is now chipped and scratched some. Someone told me that from protecting me. Okay. Fable is my jam. Oh, I love Fable. I used to, the old Fable. I know now we're going to get into video game chat. Sorry, guys. The old Fable. Oh my God. I loved it when they came out with the first Fable. That was awesome. And then you played all the way through and then they came out with like a anniversary edition or something, and they put a whole bunch of content on the end of the game. That was so great. I wish games would just do that. Just keep the same game. Just keep adding more storyline to it. That'd be great. Okay. Yes, that can happen. The crystals, especially crystals that you wear a lot, if they chip or sometimes they fade, colors fade, which with amethyst and citrine and stones that are more see-through. Of course, I don't have a whole lot of my stones are all over there. But if you're wearing them a lot, the sun will fade them. But if they fade and they haven't been in the sun, if they chip and you haven't really been rough with them or dropped them or anything like that, that usually does mean that the amethyst was protecting, or the stone was protecting you from negative energy. And sometimes they really get a hit of that negative energy. They do not lose their power. Here's what happens. They now are called warrior crystals. Now they are, because they have protected you once, the Chinese believe, and this is what I always equate it to, the Chinese believe that when you break something, like if they break a plate, they use this glue kind of stuff that is like gold and it has gold inlay in it. And they put it together with gold. And then they say that it's even more special because it has this gold in between it. So I always equate it to that. The crystal now has become a warrior crystal and it has helped you. And it's so protected by you, or so protective of you, that now it's connected to you in a way that it wasn't before. Japanese, I thought it was Chinese, Nicole, but I could be wrong. After a while, stories that you tell, you kind of forget some of the details, but it could very well be China or Japanese. I keep thinking it was Chinese, but who knows? That could just be me. So that crystal is even more connected to you now. And that's great. It's just a warrior. I only take it off when I shower. I almost thought sleeping in it was damaging it. Nope, not at all. I sleep with mine on all the time. Okay, now Fable is my jam. Perfect. Did I miss anything else? Sorry, guys. I'm fine. Since I'm trans, I don't have a name that I'm comfortable. I used to accept Cameron, but I don't like it much anymore. Little Dandelion. I like Little Dandelion. I don't know. I think it's cute. Did you get Call of Duty 4? All the boys have that. Yes. And I think if that's the latest one, they all have it. And now because my husband plays, they play, they're all in Boston. So they all can play together or something because, they all get on however they do that thing. Someone gave me their own Minecraft account, so I've been playing it all day. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Witchy Minecraft. That's also, I can build altars and shrines. Oh, that's cool. I'm still playing Fallout 4. I really liked Fallout. I don't think I played the most recent ones, but I know I did Fallout, and then the second one that came out, I don't know if it was a different city or something. I did 2 of those. They were good. I like them too. All right. Onyx and obsidian for protection. Absolutely. Travis, getting there. I slept with my pagan turtle last night because I needed the company and protection. Perfect. I have some stones that got more intense in the color by being here. Awesome. Perfect. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to skip down. Oh my goodness, you guys are going so fast. So if you have a question for me or you want me to see something particularly, try to put it in caps for me so that I know I don't miss anything. I'll try not to get too squirrely on because here we are 15 minutes. We haven't even talked about what card we want to do. All right, did we finish the last card? Did we do what the heck were we doing before? The moon? Is the moon the last one? I think we finished the moon. Lightning. Somebody lightning. Hi, Maddie. Welcome, honey. Lightning. Yes. Hi, Lightning. And Renee. Oh, I think I said hello to you. Kitty is here. Hi. I know. I wish I knew you in real life too, Travis. I think you should come up. My home inside the game is a peasant and has an altar. Already? That was only 16 minutes, damn it. Hopefully we're back. Yay. Feeling happy today. Good. I'm excited about Yule too. Me too, me too. All right. So Maddie, I was going to tell you to tell Dave in case he doesn't come on that his reading was right on. Today, it was really long and busy. I think I talked to you once. But I got home and my husband had put up some Yule decorations and stuff. And then I got on our Facebook page and saw everybody was posting their Yule altars. And I got motivated and my Samhain altar is all down. And I've started putting my Yule altar back up. But, you know, I have a long way to go. It's a lot of different stuff to do. But I'm so excited because it was totally right on. It was really good. It was good reading. Good, good, good. So let him know. Okay. Today seemed to be the day for it. So that's good, Kitty. Or Renee, I'm sorry. Okay, what card do we want to be next? Did we have another one that was supposed to be started next? Or are we just picking now? Does anyone remember? I hate to cut somebody off if we said we were going to do theirs next. So sad I don't have the space for everything for my Yule altar. I know, right? I'll tell you, I have way too much stuff. Where is, oh, Hexen is here, right? I did see him. I was going to say, I showed Hexen some of my multitudes of crap. And hi, Shamara. And I have so much Yule stuff. I went down into the basement. Some of the stuff that I have for Yule, I haven't even seen since we moved from North Carolina, which was 5 years ago now. And I've kind of replaced a lot of it. So I thought, oh my goodness, I haven't had my Yule village out in, well, I don't think I've had it out since we've been here. So like 6 years. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it. Okay, what card, guys? Does anybody have any card they want us to go over? Thank you, Hexen. Trying to remember now. I don't think we've done the High Priestess. Hi, Dave. Welcome. I was just telling him. Oh, Tower. All right, we can do Tower. 2 of Swords. I love the 2 of Swords. Okay, let's start with the Tower, and then we'll do the 2 of Swords after that. I was just telling Maddie to let you know how awesome your reading was because it was totally right on. I saw everyone's posts in the Facebook page about their Yule altars. And I got home and my husband had started putting up, like he put up the tree in front of the window and put some lights on it. And he put lights outside and he cleaned up downstairs and pulled some stuff out. And it totally got me motivated. So it was everybody else's stuff that got me motivated to start. So now my Samhain altar is all broke down and I've started my Yule altar. So you were right on, Dave. It was great. Great reading. Okay. Whoops. Let me get, while I'm chatting and 20 minutes in, and let me get the book out so we can start with the Tower. Yay. All right. I think I was saying, hi, Starlight. Yay for multitasking. I love it. I think I was saying on Dave's channel yesterday, I did a reading for someone on Wednesday. That was a relationship reading. And I pulled the Devil, like just a 3-card reading. And I've read for this woman several times before. I pulled the Devil, the 3 of Swords, and I think it was the Page of Pentacles for her relationship. And I thought, oh, I hate to do. I ordered a black Christmas tree for my altar. Oh, that's so cool, Marsha. That'll be awesome. I know. I hate relationship readings too. I really do. And this girl, I have to say, you know, you have your personal opinions about stuff, and I try really hard not to put my personal opinion in. But like, she should have dumped this guy a long time ago because the cards kept coming up. It's time to let this go. It's time to for like 6 months. I work with this girl like once a month or so. It's time to let this go. It's time to let this go. And she's not letting him go. So now they're starting to come up with these awful readings. And I'm like, okay, how many times, you know, like if you're not going to listen to the cards, why bother asking? What is the point of that? So now these awful cards are coming out, and I hate giving bad news. I hate it. So, and I always try to, even when I get like, you know, the 10 of Swords, I'm like, well, the good news is you're at the bottom. Can't get any worse than you're at. And now it's going to start to come back up. What the hell do you do with a relationship reading that ends up with the Devil and the 3 of Swords in there? Ha! I'm like, yeah, so, honey, you know what? And she's like, I know. All right. They have black Christmas trees. Yes, I know, right? Hi, Molly. Welcome. I don't think I said hello to you yet. All right. I need a relationship before I get a relationship reading. Well, I suppose you do. Right, Dave? I know you're like me. You don't like to give bad news. Even when if it's not a great card, you're like, okay, so that could be something. You do the best you can with it. But after a while, I'm like, okay, it says heartbreak. Do you know what that means? Get away from this guy. And he happens to be an addict too. So when the Devil came up, I'm like, so, is he using again? What else are you going to say, right? All right, here we go. So let's deal with giving bad news, because this is what this is, guys. This is not very good news. Now, we can look at this card and go, wow, that's not fun news, right? There is nothing good that looks like it's in this card at all. So let's read what we say, okay? First of all, it is the element of fire. Well, duh, right? It is the Mars, the planet of Mars. All right, Maddie, I hear you, honey. It says, a bolt of lightning strikes the crown of a tower. The tower is in flames. Its occupants fall to their demise. Yellowing leaves. Now, remember, we saw in the moon the leaves. It's going to be one of those nights, guys. Bear with me. It's not even Friday. Usually Fridays are bad because there's other people all over. Okay. Yes. Don't forget, in the moon card, we saw the leaves from the tree of life falling, which were little nuggets of information from the ancestors. So now these are yellowing. They're yellowing leaves from the tree of life. float down from the heavens. It is a black night shrouded in clouds. The internet was struck by lightning, right? I know. I always think, oh boy, if we're pulling this card out, the internet is not going to be happy with us. So the Tower card expresses downfall as a result of one's selfish, egotistical ambition. So not only is it saying calamity, but it's saying it's your own damn fault on top of it. It is a sudden change, a jolting event that will shake the seeker to his or her foundation. There will be an undermining of the seeker's sense of security and stability. However, new revelations will come after the jolt. So those of us who like to read positively can start with, well, it's not great, but boy, do you learn a lot from this. And all of a sudden a light bulb goes off. When you're almost through this, you suddenly get a new revelation and you figure something out that you've never been able to figure out. Okay. Good thing this card never came up when I asked what to do to heal over my sexual assault. Oh my goodness. No kidding, Rachel. Whew. The aftermath of this situation is truth. The gold lightning rod suggests that there will be a sudden epiphany, realization, or significant spiritual growth through this period in the seeker's life. The falling crown, so see the crown at the very top there. The falling crown symbolizes toppling materialism, thwarted materialistic ambitions. The Tower often appears in readings for the cutthroat ambitious, for those who embody the combination of ambition, ego, pride, and talent. Sure, the seeker is talented and skilled, but if ego and pride are not kept in check, the seeker will fall. The card may call to mind the Tower of Babel. The seeker ascended to the top full of hubris and through ruthlessness and cunning. However, the seeker's ego will be struck down to humility. This is good news, actually. There will be a lesson in humility. Wisdom will be gained in the end. The Tower can also appear in readings for individuals who are incredibly capable, highly intelligent, and fully aware of their capabilities and high intelligence. However, they have been cut down to a profound low point, and they don't understand how they could deserve such belittlement. The Tower card often appears in readings for such seekers because it is a warning that the ascent to the top must be paired with spiritual understanding and humility. Otherwise, the ascent will end with a crash downward. The card could indicate sudden change or destruction of past hard work, but hard work that was the result of hubris and ego. In a reading, the card might indicate bankruptcy. Be careful of upheavals and destruction. Be prepared. Pending swift action and strong forces will affect the seeker's stability. However, revelations are to come. The Tower card, see, she keeps going. Sorry, guys, I know it's long, but there's so much in this card, right? The Tower card could also indicate that there will be a sudden game changer, one that will feel out of the seeker's control. It may make him or her feel helpless. The sudden change will not be easy for the seeker to deal with. There will be difficulties. What seemed stable and solid to the seeker is not so. In fact, destructible, and will come to destruction if the seeker does not make drastic, immediate changes. If the Tower card appears in a reading upright, it is not a time to take risks. The seeker should be conservative and cautious. It can denote important spiritual revelations sprung from fire. It tells a story of people who held one notion of divinity only to have that same divinity break down their notion and cause the people to reevaluate their spiritual purpose. For the seeker's matter at hand, there must be heartfelt reevaluation for the divine revelation to come. Wow, right? So this is not a happy-go-lucky card at all. This is either impending. If this is one of your birth cards, should you be worried? No. Let me, all right, quickly, let's get to, if this is one of your birth cards, what does that mean for you? Does that mean your life sucks and just hang it all up? No. What it means is you in your life should get used to having changes, because your spiritual revelation potential, the potential to, hi, Pickle, welcome so much. Get them out, my lovely monitors. The potential to, here, hold on, I'll do it. Goodbye. The potential to have these huge spiritual revelations is huge for you. And so understand that that's not always an easy process, though. Often the hugest revelations, wow, I'm getting lots of trolls tonight. I must be such a big threat. The potential for these huge revelations mean that, I hate that that's the default. Mean that you should get used to these ups and downs, because you are able, you have one of those minds and spirits that is able to have huge revelations, that is able to change worlds. But you have to get used to the fact that sometimes that huge spiritual revelation stuff comes with change. And so you just have to learn to be like water. You have to learn to be fluid. You have to, hi, Summertime. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have to learn to be fluid. You have to learn to go with the flow. There's a card, and I wish I could remember what deck it's in. It's in an oracle card, and it's called Release. And it's a mermaid floating in the water. And that's what I always think of. You have to just be able to let go and float in the water and go with the change and allow that change to happen, so that you can get that revelation at the end of that. And that involves living in the present moment. If you've never heard, of Eckhart Tolle, I suggest you read some of his books. He is a great philosopher mind for living in the present moment, which is really hard to do. And I try to do that as much as I can, but it's a hard thing to do on a daily basis. Okay, so how do you find your birth card? BCC, Brian Cormac Carr. I know I always give out other people's channels, and it's not that I can't tell you, I can. It is your birthday all added together. And if you go to add all the numbers, thank you, Zach. Yes. Between 1 and 21. Brian Cormac Carr explains this whole process really great on his Tarot to the Nine series. The first, I think maybe the first only one, but the first video of his Tarot to the Nine series really explains the birth card really well, and how to do it, and how there's 2 different ones and stuff like that. So, yes, and there's calculators online too. Absolutely. Okay, keep moving forward through adversities, for sure. Hopefully that answers your questions. The deepest lessons in my life have, resulted from difficult times. Me too. I'm still delving into tarot quite a bit, but super helpful. Good. Okay. So what else, guys? What can we say? So the good parts of this is, okay, it's not going to be an easy, happy-go-lucky time for you, but wow, because you have that great potential to get a huge life change at the end of this, know that you're going to get through it. That at the end, you finally get to something spiritual that you haven't seen before. That you have not attained this level of spiritual knowledge and truth until you had to go through this shit time. It's not easy. It's not fun. Nobody likes to go through this kind of a transition. But at the end of it, there's a reward. And that reward is this wisdom, this spiritual knowledge, this revelation of, whew, I did not look at that. I found something in my shadow that I had never thought I would dig out, that I didn't even know was there. All right. Does that sound right, guys? And then, so the yellowing, what do we think about the yellowing leaves? Now we saw the green leaves coming out, or the leaves coming off the moon card. Transportation through hard times. Yep. Absolutely. Where am I? Got to put on hip boots and go through it. That's right. That's right, Jackie. You just have to go through it. Decay and change for the leaves. Yes. Yes, absolutely. So what happens when all those leaves fall? In the autumn, right now, if you didn't rake up your leaves, like we did 3 times and then we finally gave out, we have these huge maple trees. And they just drop so many. So we did it like 3 times and then not again. So what happens like now when the snow falls on them and all that kind of stuff, they start rotting into the earth. That transformation happens eventually and they become nutrients and they are recycled into the earth and they recycle into, you know, mulch for other things that are growing. Yeah, dropped all at once. Ugh. I'm the sun wheel fortune magician. Yep. May symbolize transformation. Absolutely. That's great. Hi, Chronalone. Stop before I had to call me crazy, but I kind of like the Tower card. Great time for growth. Absolutely. That's right. And we know at the end of it, there is this reward. Yes. So the yellow leaves symbolizing transformation. I love that. That's good. And the crown saying, okay, you maybe got a little too big for your britches. Some people just have that arrogant way about them. And they needed the crown knocked off their head a little bit to kind of bring themselves back into focus. Perhaps you have been a little bit too arrogant, too sure of yourself, not, you know, really asking for help. I can do this all by myself. I read that a lot sometimes. You know, you think, okay, you thought you could do something all by yourself, but it's kind of crumbling on you. And maybe it's time to think about reaching out to some other people. Hi, Gate and Key. Chamomile night. Nice. If the yellow leaves are ancestors, maybe they're still watching over you, even in difficult times. Absolutely. And perhaps the leaves, those hints of knowledge that they were dropping from the moon card is the same thing. They're like, oh, just hang on. Get through this. It'll be okay, but get through it. And then there's so much more that we want to teach you. Yes, an ending having to come like the cycle on the trees to renew itself. Yes. And what was I just going to say? Damn it. It's going away. There's so much more that I want to teach you. Lost it. Damn. I hate when I'm trying to chase it. Reminds me of the movie King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. There's a tower that's destroyed by an arrogant king. There you go. Absolutely. My soul card is the Hanged Man and my birth card is the Empress. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's get out some other decks and compare here. Let's look at the Deviant Moon. You want turquoise necklace for Native American. Cool. Turquoise is beautiful, honey. I love turquoise. It is gorgeous. Okay, so here we go. Let me get my glasses back on so I can see. Sorry. Hi, Maddie. Okay, similarities and differences. There's lots of similarities here. So again, we see people falling to their death. Again, we see now, is this lightning? Not necessarily. So this to me almost looks like light coming down and breaking apart that tower. Is that an alien ship? Look, to me, doesn't it look like an alien ship? Yeah, a UFO blowing up the tower. It does kind of look like that. Okay, so what do we want to say about that? So what we can do is say that there is knowledge coming from this fall, is knowledge coming that we never would have known before. Revelation, illumination. Absolutely. That's great, Stephen. There's knowledge coming from a place that we didn't see before. UFO is a UFO because it's unidentified, because we don't know what it is. So stuff that we didn't know before is going to break down walls for us. It's going to break down walls that we had no idea were even walls that were up there. And it's going to smash them to pieces, which means it's not easy. But wow, are we going to learn a lot. Hi, Sonia. We are going to learn so much knowledge. Yeah, we'll be out of this world for sure. We're going to learn all this crap that we had no idea was even out there to be learned. So there is they're yods, not leaves. Can't remember what specifically they mean here, but they usually represent fire and light. There are 22 represent the majors. Hey, well, I'm reading from Benabelle's book, and Benabelle says they're leaves, damn it, but thank you. So there it is. All right. So I'm trying to see that. Does that look like electricity? Yeah, it does, boy. Kind of. So that the UFO, whatever that UFO is doing, is creating electrical energy. And to me, that electrical energy looks a little bit like lightning, but that to me is how everyone is connected. That when I talk about the web of connection, that energetically, that we're connected to everyone, that is what it looks like to me. Come on, I know you want to focus. There it is. See that? That is so what it looks like to me. It's a total web of connection. And so when you are hanging on to that web of connection, you are feeding the information that you got, you're feeding to other people. What the hell was I reading today? One of the Yule story books that I'm reading today. Well, the Benabelle is well known and loved, and she didn't invent the truth. This is more focused chaos. Yep, could be. One of the storybooks I was reading today talks about how when a raven learned, I'm trying to remember how they said it. The basic storyline was when the raven learned something that generationally in other parts of the world, all of a sudden, other ravens who had no interaction with these ravens, let's say in America, generationally, suddenly would learn the same thing. So that web of connection has to be there. It has to be there because things that shouldn't be connected somehow read each other and allowed ravens on a completely different side of the planet to learn what ravens on this side of the planet, or opposite, however it was, learned. So that proves to me that's that connection. That's that energetic connection that when we are connected and we are able to, we can get information from other people's hardships too. From the UFOs, from the aliens, when we recognize that connection and hang on to those connections, we can realize the same truths that someone that had to go through this can realize. Okay? Does that make sense? Hopefully. I see the UFO I thing is someone or something, source, deity, higher self, as tearing down something we have built on a shaky, faulty foundation. So with our new knowledge, we can build a stronger one. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so where's the foundation here? I heard someone say they have to laugh at the guy on the ground. Absolutely. He looks pretty goofy, doesn't he? And that shadow, isn't that interesting that the guy on the ground is that shadow face? The shadow self. Boy, that's the first thing to go because it's breaking down the shadow walls. Maybe a realization it's better to build a house in stone instead of sand. Oh, for sure. For sure, for sure. We are all made of energy. When you're disconnected from that flow of energy, we lose our balance and can fall. Right? So true. Are they wearing masks? Well, it's hard to tell. The deviant moon, all of his faces kind of look distorted. So I wouldn't say that they're necessarily masks. They're just the creatures that he sees as people. He kind of makes the external face what he sees on the inside. So like the shadow self is in this dark black mask for the shadow. Oh, come on, my camera. There it is. And the outward side that we show everyone, that's in the white. I think the guy on the ground is the one who wants to wallow instead of seeing and learning from the situation. Yes. The one falling is the one who is willing to go through it to get to the next stage. Oh, I love that. Love that. Absolutely. He's like, oh, this is so bad. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. This is so hard and it sucks and it's horrible. Yep. And the guy falling is like, okay, let's just get this over with. Wonder what's going to happen on the bottom half. Right? Perfect. Absolutely. The one in the foreground looks shocked of the occurrence. Right? What the hell happened? This is what happens when we put on a face. No one sees how much chaos or pain we are truly in. It's so true. Ah, Maddie, I'm a proud mama. I love it. Love it. I love it. Nobody sees. That's right. Because what do? Fake it till we make it, right? We just keep going. Some days are easier than others. The dark guy has a light hand and the light guy has a dark hand. Ooh, so true. So true, Dave. So again, even if we do all our shadow work, we do everything we can, we still are going to have some shadows and some light. No one is all of one and no one is all of another. Like I was telling the troll this week, who said, nope, you're either all white magic or all black magic. No, sorry, honey, that's not the way it works. I wear that mask every day, man. I don't want to be treated different due to... I lost it. Yes, due to my traumatic events, right? Absolutely, Rachel, I know it. Well, you can only wear a mask for so long before everything comes tumbling down and our true situation is revealed. Yes, 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 yes. Maybe, oh, because I'm not live. Come on. Yeah, I am. Okay. Maybe we will need both our light and shadow to get through the things ahead. That's right. And when we were working with shadow, what did we say? There are shadows that we sometimes still need. Sometimes we pull that shadow out and we're like, okay, I recognize it. I'm not ready to do anything about it because I still need that shadow. It kind of protects a piece of me that I'm not ready to be vulnerable in. And that's okay. Sometimes that shadow is for a purpose. As long as we recognize what that shadow is hiding, then we can keep that shadow. We just have to know that it's there. And just knowing that it's there can help us in the behavior that goes along with that shadow. When I try to mask my pain, people think I'm mad or pissed off or icy, right? Absolutely. And you're just like, okay, I'm just going to not let anybody in so they don't see how vulnerable I am. Shadows aren't all bad. They are often survival mechanisms. That's right, Molly, for sure. Absolutely. There would be no power in either without the other. For sure. For sure. Shadows are our deepest fears and desires. That's right. That's right. Love it. Shadow can also be the gifts and positive aspects of ourselves we deny. Oh, so true, Molly, right? When we're like, oh, I don't really deserve that love. I don't really deserve that adoration. I don't deserve that. I'm not that good. They don't realize that I'm not that good. Acknowledge the shadow helps us keep it in control or deal with it. If we deny our shadows, they can damage or destroy us. We all need darkness to balance out the light. That's right. My gray Jedis. Perfect. I really wish Luke would have taught her the gray Jedi way. That's what I was really hoping would happen in this last Star Wars. So if you read the books, I love the way of the gray Jedi because they talk, not gray Jedi. What the hell am I? The gray side of the Force. There's some term for it and I'm losing it in my head as usual, but there's a really good term for it. And it's so what everything should be. So, you know, sorry guys, I could get into a Star Wars rant here, which I'll try really hard not to. But but when you think of like what Anakin went through and how he went through the good side of the Force, and then it just was limiting because he wanted to protect his mother, and he didn't think if he had just known the gray, if he could have used the balance of both. All right, I'm not going to get into a Star Wars rant. Okay, next. I'll try to move on. All right, black and white gloves show dualism, mind versus matter. Yes, yes, yes. I just got news. My boyfriend's cat has his gum withdrawing above a tooth, and it looks majorly infected. Oh, Rachel, I'm sorry. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, so I am going to pull out the New Era Elements Tower card. So warning ahead of time, it is pretty deep for some people. He does, but he's waiting on a loan so he can afford it. Oh, the Tower card in the New Era Elements is the Twin Towers, just so you're aware ahead of time. Some people really have a hard time with this card, so I'm warning you ahead of time. It is deep and it is dark for some of us. All right. Here we go. So, similarities and differences. Of course, this is the Twin Towers, and one is crumbling and one is on fire. 3 Jennifers in the house now. Behold, folks, the charmed ones. Yes. Okay. So we know what Rider-Waite looks like, right? All right. So obviously, talk about a showstopper. This is a very, hard, dark card to look at. And we can feel that pain, right? I mean, I assume that everyone looks at that. And yes. I was getting there for sure. Looks at that. And the RWS, I have the Centennial Borderless edition out tonight. So the good parts of this, though, is everyone in the foreground here. So all of these people here, actually, this is the tearing down of the Berlin Wall. So she has two kind of opposite feelings here. I do want to kind of read what she talks about this card, because That is the symbol for Mars, which is the same symbol for masculine. Hence, you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. All right. Let me just get it out here. Okay. So, focus. Good. Yes. The card depicts two scenarios. In the foreground, so this part of the card, we see a crowd scene during the breaking down of the Berlin Wall. There was an immense sense of accomplishment when people successfully rebelled against suppression. In the background, we see the horrible fall of the tower from 9/11. After what happened, the world has not been the same. Between both scenarios, we've learned what it is like to live empowered and what it is like to live in fear. Why ain't that the truth between the two? Once you have, so the meaning of her card here is once you have been through a true tower experience, life will never be the same. So we all know, well, all right, some of us know, those of us who are alive and old enough to remember 9/11 know that the world was never the same. The entire world was never the same after this day. Things just changed completely. And those of us who are old enough to remember the Berlin Wall coming down. You're right, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Yes. Okay. I see we as a human race are destructive to ourselves. The tower is our home and the fire is our actions. A tearing down for freedom versus a falling down of pure destruction purposes. I see this as the ego part Benabel was talking about. Yes. In a way, we felt safe and unattainable as Americans for so long. I could see this as the ego leading to the seeker's downfall, right? Dave, may we get it? Both events changed the world. One gave us a sense of freedom, while the other reminds us of the cost of freedom. Dave, perfect. Perfect. Claire, we'll see you later. No problem. Thanks for stopping by. Mars equals war makes sense for, yep, absolutely. So it says there are two dimensions to the tower. While for some, the destruction of the tower is a terrible event, for others, it might mean a prison suddenly broken open. So the tearing down the tower that was the Berlin Wall suddenly changed the lives of Germans forever, of everyone, all of us. I remember that too. And thinking, wow, nobody ever thought that could ever happen. Look what can happen when we are together, when we work together. Look at how much our connections can give us. I had a dream of a 9/11-esque event the Sunday night before it happened. My family's one-story home was on fire, and suddenly, like a skyscraper with so many stories, and I had to help people get out. Oh, Molly, how sad. Yep. We all remember where we were. I always think of my youngest son. I was pregnant. I had my youngest son that December. So I was pretty pregnant. And I always think of him when I think of 9/11 now. I'm like, how funny that he has never known a before. He's never known what the world used to be. He's only known what it happened after. I was very young when it happened, but I remember the energy or fear from the adults around me, even though I didn't understand. I bet there was, everybody had it. For weeks, things just stopped. They just stopped. There wasn't TV shows anymore. Every station showed the news 24 hours a day it seemed like it was forever, but it was at least a week. I think it was like 2 weeks. It seems like it was a very long time before shows actually wanted to come back on after that. I don't remember Berlin Wall, but I still remember in detail where I was during the attack on the towers. Went to Berlin the year after the wall fell. The contrast between East and West was unreal. How interesting that would have been. It was the same here in the UK? Absolutely. If I remember right, one of the American dollar bills, if you fold it right, looks like the Twin Towers on fire. I've heard that before, Rachel. Yep. I live in the DC area, so I know many people personally affected. A friend's mom's office at the Pentagon was destroyed. Luckily, she was in hiding. The whole world exhaled and held its breath that week. That's true. It was the same here in the UK. Really, Stephen? They did that in the UK too? That's impressive. I would hope that if something that huge happened in the UK today, that we would feel the same. It's funny though. That's one of the kind of fears that I have is in this Trump universe now that I try not to get political, but let's just say the people who follow Trump, that they would not be empathetic at all and would blame whoever was in power in the UK at the time or something. That is like a nightmare situation to me, that there's anyone who would not be empathetic to that. But because Trump has no empathy, has no humanity, has no anything that would show us at all that he gives a shit about anyone but himself, and the people who follow him seem to laud that as a good thing. It's like really extremely depressing to me that there are people in my country who could possibly ever think that that was okay. I don't get it. But now that I've gone on my rant there, sorry. It was like the world stood still that day. Absolutely. It surely was. I was, and I'll tell you, I know. So here we go. 9/11 stories. I try not to do this too much, but I remember both. Too. I was in middle school. 9/11 happened in Singapore. I had just woke up. Wow. I'm 45 years old. As a person who lives surrounded by supporters of his, there wouldn't be empathy. I think the country as a whole would. Yeah, I do too. We're still good people. I do too. It's so weird to me that we have that many people in my country, though, that could feel like that. I'm like, who are you? I don't understand where you came from. I don't get it. My parents are communists, and the USSR was the good guys in my home. So traveling to Berlin was weird after the fall. Oh, I bet, Jezebel. I would love to hear stories about that. I find it disturbing. I do too. Yes, on Thanksgiving, he was thankful for himself. I know, Stephen. That epitomizes, right? Doesn't it? That just go, that is who he is. He's thankful that he's so great. Are you kidding me? I was sitting in this room I'm in with my father was still alive, right? I was in school. I was in X-ray school, and I was pregnant for my youngest son. And my teacher got a phone call from her son who was in the North Tower. And she still, how long has it been now? She fell to her knees, and we all got up, and what the hell is wrong? What's going on? And she said, everyone just go home. We're being attacked. Go home. Whew. So I drove from school, and I picked my boys up from school early and I made it home in time to see the first tower fall. after all these years, the world was just a very different place before that. And then after that, it was never the same. And it will never be the same. Okay, moving on. Power. It is unforgettable. Absolutely. And I hope that we never forget. That's why I do once in a while tell a little bit about my little story that, I did not know my teacher's son. I was not there until we went the following week. Yeah, living in New York, I don't know. I feel like most people who live in New York knew someone or knew of someone who lost someone, or it just, it really, and because it killed so many people, it touched so many people because, my uncle's cousin or there was so many people that we all knew. So it's not that many years. Yeah, I know it. One of the girls in my class, her uncle was on one of the planes. Oh, I bet. Something about living in New York. I don't know. I know for a long time, New Yorkers treated each other better. It sounds weird. It just was, we all felt like family, like everyone was family. New Yorkers are survivors. Yeah. Yep. See, somewhere in time. Yep. I knew 2 people that passed in the towers. It just, I don't know. It was something I always, the only thing I have to say about that I regret, I wish, and my husband still hates George Bush, the second George Bush. And because of course we're liberals. But I wish that Bush had done something nationally to bring us together. There was no, he could have used the feeling that everyone in the world had, but certainly our country, he could have used that for so much good. We were just scrambling for something we could do. Everybody in the country wanted to do something to help. And he could have done so much to pull us together as a country. And he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything that we didn't have any kind of, I don't know. It just was weird to me. We could have done some huge charity work, some huge things to pull us together. And he just said, go shopping. Everybody said, go shopping to prove to them that we're not afraid. We're going to go shopping. Anyways, okay, let's move on, guys. I'm sorry. My grandparents got stuck in Switzerland, right? Because then nobody was allowed. Yep. I think everybody in the country did for a while. I know in Wisconsin, people were more kind. Yep, absolutely. It was hard for me too, as I have family living in New York. See, I can't get the images of the bodies. Jackie, I'll tell you, the thing that haunts me is the people who jumped. I still have nightmares. He could have, should have a lot of things, but he didn't. He and his regime separated us by blaming groups of people who had nothing to do with anything. I know, Molly. It just kills me. Nope. It was used to be fearful and distrusting. And yep. And the Republicans are still using fear. I don't get it. I still feel like there's an underlying evil that we'll never hear. I feel it in my gut. Yep. Same with DC. People were kinder, which is funny, much like New Yorkers being kinder and gentler. Absolutely. I know it. New Yorkers are not known for our niceness, but it just like we all just were nice to each other. We all just tried to help each other out. Anyways, okay. So if we pull this card, we have 2 different stories to tell here. So I do like the fact that this card shows 2 sides of this. Not only does it show this devastating destruction side that pulled people together for a time, But it also shows the tearing down the tower of the Berlin Wall, which is like being let out of prison, being free, that freedom to move about like you've never known before. It's not an easy thing. It wasn't easy to go through, but it allowed everyone to, so this could allow you freedom that you have never known. It's not easy to go through, but YouTube decided we were talking too much about it. There is a freedom on the other side of that you will not have known before, right? Jennifer, I know, go shopping. I thought that was going, I was going to die hearing that. All of our presidents before now, unfortunately, don't do the right thing by us American people. I know. You think of hearing, I can hear the speech. And I was I'm not even close to being alive when Pearl Harbor happened, but everybody can hear the speech in your head of FDR talking about a day that will live in infamy. And then everything that they did after that, they had tire rubber drives. They had aluminum drives. They did all this stuff that pulled them, and we went shopping. I don't know. Okay. All right. Very good card. Next. All right. Let's look at our tarot fauna. Can I just say I discovered a magical drink, white hot chocolate with nutmeg, cinnamon, and clove with an orange peel in it. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds super good. All right. High Priestess, Strength, Justice, Hanged Man. It made people feel like they were helping and useful instead of after 9/11 where we all felt powerless. Exactly, Ange. That's what I mean. There was so much energy to help, and he didn't use that. Why didn't he use that? Anyway. We can't change the past, so we really just have to keep moving. All right. Wow. I have to say, out of the Tarot Fauna deck, this is the darkest card I've seen from the Tarot Fauna deck. Yeah, that's because Bush failed at igniting our usefulness. I know it. It's, I don't know. I can't get too political or I'll really start downing people, and I don't like to do that. I try to be as inclusive as I can, even to Republicans. Just like, though, there's Christians that I believe are true Christians, and then there's evangelical Christians that, to me, I'm like, yeah, you're not really a Christian. There are Republicans. My brother is a Republican. He's like completely the opposite of me, completely. He owns like assault rifles and stuff. Drives me crazy. But he, to me, is a true Republican. If we have conversations, which is very far and few between, he has reasons for what he believes that are valid, true points. I may not agree with them, but he has reasons. I have reasons. I have valid, true points. People who claim to be Republicans now who are Trumpers, they have falsities and alternative facts. So I just don't get it. Okay. Anyways, I'm sorry. The only president we've had in the last 25 years that's been humane is Barack. Don't you miss Barack and Michelle? I miss them so much. Every time I see this idiot get on the TV and spew his bullshit from his mouth, I'm like, oh, Barack, we miss you. And Michelle, I miss Michelle so much. Okay. Anyways, my statistics professor's from Brooklyn, and he is a blunt man, and the students that don't like him don't have a clue of how much of a heart he has, right? His aim wasn't to unite. It brought back a McCarthyism atmosphere of being suspicious of people who seem different. I know it. He worked very hard to try to unite us. I know. And they still said he was a separator. They still said you tried to tear us apart. And I'm like, really, assholes? Because even with healthcare, he invited you all to the goddamn White House and begged you to give him your ideas. I'll do anything. Give me your ideas about healthcare. You don't think this is the way to go? Give us some ideas then. And they all just said, nope, your idea sucks. But, you know, he was a divider. Whatever. I don't know. I have sisters that voted for Trump, and when I ask why, they cannot give me a good answer. Oh, I miss the Obama so much. I know, right? Not only as a nation, but as a world. He was a great man. Is. I know. I wish Michelle would run, but she never will, so. Okay, here we go. Here is the tower. So this is such, whoops. So this is such a good card for this. Really, really fabulous. The fact that this is going on in California all the time now. What a stunning card. So here we have a forest fire. And look at the different halves. Here we have the forest fire coming in and all the destruction of what it's already done. And what a great idea for a tower card. This is the Tarot Fauna deck. This is this deck. Tarot Fauna. Yes, I know. Regarding the forest fires. Yep. Because if we had just cut down more brush, apparently no forest fires would have happened. Wildfires are destructive but serve a purpose. Yes, there are species of trees and plants that will outgrow. Exactly. That's why this is such a great tower card, because oh, sorry. Oh, Jen, I feel guilty asking you to do this card. I apologize. Oh, that's okay, Jackie. It's okay. Guys, I'm a crier. I cry at happy stuff all the time. Because I'm empathic, I am a crier. Crying to me is not a bad thing at all. I'm not ashamed of crying. My kids will tell you I cry at sad commercials. Literally, I have cried at sad commercials. I have. I cry all the time. To me, it's a release, and that's just what happens, and then I'm fine. It's okay. I don't mind that at all. It's okay. It's not you. I'm good. Okay. But, yay, criers unite. Woohoo. Apparently you need to do more raking, right, Stephen? I know it. That just killed me. I'm like, yep. That's we're not, maybe we don't have the right kind of rakes to prevent forest fires. Drives me crazy. You should do like us over here and rake your forest floors. Yes, right? Me too. I was crying with you. Aw, thank you, Jennifer. I honestly feel our Mother Earth is turning against us and time is running out to save our planet. That's right. And just don't forget, Hexen, I will say, because I always say this, I'm like, yeah, really? We're not trying to save our planet. Our planet could care less if we save it or not. We're trying to save ourselves. Our planet will go on, whether we pollute it and it keeps going after, it kills us. It will keep going. It's us we're trying to save. So the fact that they're such idiots that they can't figure out that we're not going to be able to live here because you're polluting it so much that eventually it's just going to kill y'all and say, okay, guess you guys couldn't figure it out. Now I'm just going to kill y'all and I'll go back to normal. Jen, you and my daughter would be a great pair. Yay! So on a light note, Temperance just fell out of my deck. Yay, hot guys. Okay, Jen, I'm headed home. Will you still be on around 9:30? Oh my goodness, I hope not, Maddie, but maybe. I have been wondering the same. Exactly. Yep. My dad, when Trump said that, lost his shit. He's an ex-firefighter. And everything Trump says about the fires is such total bullshit. My dad can't take it. Absolutely, Angela. I know. It's ridiculous. If I don't get back on time. Okay. Bye, Maddie, if you don't get back on time. Wally. Oh, yes, Wally. Absolutely. I love Wally. He's so cute. I love him. Yes. And I cried at that one, too. Yes. Drive safe, Maddie. We love you. So I was going to say, too, how awesome this planet will save itself by getting rid of us. That's right, Stephen. It could care less. The planet could care less if we are here or not. We're trying to save ourselves. At least those of us who are actually trying to save ourselves are trying to save ourselves. Those Trumpy people are just killing our planet because they don't care about their children's children and whatever. frustration. But to be fair, everything Trump says is very dumb. Exactly. So on this side, we see the burned out trees. And look at what's happening. Stuff is starting to regrow. If you could fucking focus. Come on. Oh, God. Really? What the hell? My damn care. There it is. Stuff is starting to regrow. So even though it's going to burn through everything that we feel is right, the growth on the other end is going to be so spectacular. You have no idea the things we will see after it burns out. We will have revelations like we have never seen. Like, was it Ange that said, stuff that grows that has to burn out after that? Who said that? I think it was Ange. Was it Ange? I'm never going to find it, Ange. I think it was you. The planet was here before us and will be here after us. That's right. Making way for the new. Yes, it was Ange. So stuff that we have never seen before because it needed to burn out now is going to suddenly start to grow. So yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's, boy, that fire is burning down stuff we never wanted to get rid of in the first place. We were hanging on to these walls for dear life. But it's burning it down. And what happens afterwards? Stuff we could have never imagined could happen. When you get through all that shit, shit is a fertilizer. I see the good in this card. Similar to the Tower in my Wizard's Tarot. There will be a forest fire, but it will grow up, grow back. It will survive. And new stuff that we've never been able to see can grow. How awesome. Nitrogen to the soil. That's right. Yes, I love it. Isn't there certain seeds or something that need fire to grow? Yes, Kitty, there is. Rebirth. Stuff that we never would have seen had we not gone through that fire. What an awesome card. So some very powerful tower cards. This is a huge, powerful, my life has been well fertilized, right? Stephen, don't you start to wonder, like, okay, how much fertilizer do I need, guys? Really? You know, like Guardians could just step up a little bit next time and warn me ahead of time so maybe I can avoid the entire forest falling down and burning through. Do you have the Wizard's Tower where the Hanged Man is sitting in a chair? Chaos magic, fertilization, throw shit into the van. That's right. That's right. Like a phoenix. Oh, I love that. I love that, Ruby. Like a phoenix. Yes. Has to burn to ash to be born again. Love it. Just stopping in to say hi. Movie night with family. Hi, Butterfly Magic. This is a really good one. We did the Tower card tonight, which is really great. So watch later. Welcome and have fun at the movies. All right. So great, great, great. And I'm not going to go on to the next card because it's already been an hour and a half. But, you know, the fact that we spend an hour and a half on one card, guys, again, I can't stress this enough. I know it seems like, holy shit, we just spent an hour and a half on one card. But I will be able to read this card like I've never read it before. When this card comes up, I will be like, oh, I know just what to say. I know just what to say about this card. I've learned so much about this card tonight that I don't mind spending an hour and a half on one card because holy crap, I know way more than anything I would have known before. An hour and a half on the Tower. Absolutely. I fell in love with the Hangman when we saw that card. I got it then. I want that deck so bad, but that will never happen. Aww. Which deck, Rhonda? The this one? Is that the one you're talking about? The Terrafauna one? I can see the positive aspects of the Tower so much better now. Me too. That's what I love about your Tarot Talks. Yay! That's what I love about our Tarot Talks. It's not just me up here, guys. You guys have put all of your inputs in. It's all of us. That's what I mean. Our connections are such that when we are able to connect together, I'm not just sitting up here talking and you guys are learning. I'm learning. We all have different meanings. And by coming together, we all learn from each other. Those connections come together And whew, what happens is amazing. An hour and a half on one card. That is amazing. I'm so proud of all of us. All of us. We are learning tarot like nobody can learn tarot. When this card pops up, I know shit to say now that I never would have known had not every single one of you been here for this discussion. So thank you guys for joining me because you contributed so much. I love it. Whispers of 3, welcome. I'm sorry you're late, but definitely watch back. This was a great hour and a half about one card, about the Tower card. It's been a great session. I'm just so proud to be Mama Squirrel here, guys. We've got to find a squirrel and get a witch's hat on it because that is just too perfect. I love it. You guys are fabulous. Penguin, there's my squirrel. My pen squirrel. What did I say? Penner? No. Squirrel pen? Pens? What the hell did I do? All right. Perfect. I love you guys. Next time, pen squirrel. Thank you. Next time we will do the 2 of Swords, which is a great card too. I love this card too. I feed squirrels, but I don't think I can get a hat on one. Yeah, we'll have to get a squirrel stuffed animal, right? All right, guys. This was an awesome, awesome session, and I so appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming. I was going to try to do a Yule book tonight. I think I have enough time. I'm going to probably do it at work tomorrow, though. I have 2 or 3 already that are ready to come out, and I'm looking at the list. Take a look at our Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, I'm sure Angela will post it for us here. And my friend's dad is a squirrel whisperer. He can get a hat on one of his. And if you have any suggestions for topics of videos that you'd like us to cover, then make sure you put that in the post. We have a file that's set up so that you can suggest different topics now, and I will be starting to go through them. So I hope everyone has a great night. One more day until the weekend. Thank goodness the goddess has gotten me through this week. It's been a tough, long week. Blessings. Hopefully you all have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow.